back to my channel. So I wanted to today go over the surrogacy journey related to agency or going individual. So I have gone through halfway through the process of an agency, and then now going through an individual. So I wanted to kind of give pros and cons to each, and maybe that'll help you in your journey or help you as intended parents decide which route to go and what's best for you. So I don't know all the details, but I'm going to share from my experience what I've gained. So in going through an agency, just out of respect for the agency, I'm not going to say the name, but the agency that we partnered with, we loved it and we connected really well with the coordinator, the intake coordinator. I looked at a couple different options. You don't have to go through an agency that you live really close to. You could travel to it, or if the intended parent has an agency, the surrogate can work with them, or if the surrogate has an agency, then the intended parents can work with them, vice versa. So it doesn't have to be both from the same agency. So when going through an agency, there's a little bit more steps. It tends to take a little bit longer. It did for me. It took longer. So immediately starting out, there's an application. I think it was a few pages long, and then there was, maybe it was like 15 pages long actually. I think it asked a bunch of questions, whether you want to do single embryo transfer, double embryo transfer, what compensation do you have in mind, do you want to terminate, what kind of couple are you interested in, are you okay doing international? I answered all of that. There was background check, and then release of medical records from your previous births, and got that clearance. And then we had an intake or an in-home interview with the coordinator. That went really well. I think it was like an hour, 30 minutes in home. And then the psychologist that they paired us with, we had to drive about an hour to meet with her. She did a phone call with Deanne, in-person interview with me, and then I took a psych evaluation. I'm not sure what test it was. It was 300 questions. It took me about an hour to get through. It was false, somewhat false, neutral, mostly true, true, and I had to answer. You're supposed to immediately be able to respond to it without putting thought into the questions, but Sam, being an awful test taker, overthought so many questions, which made me only pass marginally. So then leaving, I'm like, am I okay? Is there something wrong with me? Because it tests your personality, and I'm like, surely I'm normal here. I had to call my friend who's a counselor and be like, please tell me I'm normal. I'm not, nothing's wrong with me. I even met with my OB, and she's like, no, you're fine. It's just the test. She's like, I would not pass that test either because it's crazy. So anyways, I didn't pass it that time. Well, I passed it, but just not to the standards of the agency. So then I had to retake it. And this time it was 50 questions, and I had the same score. So unfortunately I couldn't move forward. But from there we would have gone to matching with a couple, and then so they help with facilitating the relationship, pairing you with a couple. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer just because they have to find the couple that kind of meets you or that you best fit with, whether you want to keep in touch with them before and after birth, how much contact you guys want to have, and just make sure dating, you guys are a perfect fit to work together. And so from that point on, the process kind of looks, in a sense, similar to an individual. But with an individual, what I found is I had the ability to be more specific on the person that I wanted to work with, or the person that I wanted to go on this journey with, and kind of go at our pace. So the intended mother and I both together agreed that with our level of kind of experience in attention to details, in being proactive, that her mostly, but her and I together, that we could do this without an agency, and she felt comfortable with it. And so I would say personally, the things that have stood out for me most on pros and cons of each, I'll just do a couple pros and cons for an agency. So the pro is it's not a lot of footwork on your part. Someone does all the coordinating of it yourself. They just send you what paperwork you need to fill out, tell you what steps you need to do. You don't have to keep track of it. As an intended parent, that's probably a full-time job of calling calling to make appointments or calling an attorney, figuring out money in escrow. Like the agency handles all of that. And so that's a positive thing. That's a good thing. But on the downside, it costs a little bit more for an intended couple to go through. But at the end of the day, sometimes the cost is worth it for a couple because then they don't have to do the footwork. So there's the pros and cons there. And also the con was, unfortunately, whatever standard the agency had, I'm sure it wasn't too terribly low, but Samantha's bad test anxiety just did not get her through. But I chop it up all into it wasn't God's timing. And so, but yeah, unfortunately I couldn't move forward because of the test, and I felt like I would have loved to have a conversation with the psychologist and kind of talk through why I answered the questions the way I did. And then she would realize like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, or I could just kind of like explain myself. But because of that, that was just kind of like a bummer for me. So that's kind of the agency. On the individual side would be, it's definitely cheaper for the intended parents to go through because they don't have the agency fees and costs. And then we feel like we're making a lot of progress really quickly. We've only been in contact for a month and a few weeks, maybe. I think it's been like just a month today or yesterday. And we've gotten so much accomplished. We've gotten medical records cleared. We've gotten our psych evaluation and everything done, or psych interviews done. I've had my pap smear. Tomorrow I'm having my IUD removal. She's already been working on insurance, legal paperwork. I have a call with the attorney tomorrow, and that's in a month. So in 4 weeks, we've gotten done what with an agency we would have taken a few months. And so on that side of things, that's definitely been a plus for me, and I know it's been a plus for the parents as well. They want to meet their baby and they want to go through this process as quick as they can. And so that, and then like I mentioned earlier, just having the ability to kind of facilitate that relationship on your own and get to know them on a personal level, and kind of you deciding and you helping pick kind of who you want to do the journey with. And so that was something that I really appreciated, just not feeling forced into something, but when we felt ready to match with the couple that we felt that was the right ones for us and that we would be the right ones for them. Like I said in a previous video, we had 10 different couples reach out to us via our post, and even prior to that we had messaged a couple that all of them are deserving, and everyone I hope starts a journey with someone, but we really felt at peace with one of them, and that was just my biggest hesitation with doing surrogacy would be, or kind of going through this journey would be, not having a good relationship with the couple and kind of having like a falling out, which if we can, well, there's two. So that one was, we just wanted like a good relationship with them. We wanted like mutual values and understanding, and to agree on no termination. And so finding a couple that really met that was important to us. And not only that, was we're bringing this baby into the world and it's their baby, but also like we feel a level of responsibility to like that child's well-being, in a sense. Like, are they going to a good home? Do their parents have a good marriage? How will they be raised? Like, because we're kind of facilitating them, bringing them into this world, like we feel a level of responsibility that Dan and I obviously want them to go to the best possible couple ever. And being able to hear from our intended parents, like their, like what they value in life, how close their family is, like what's most important to them right now, we like that just gave us complete peace, that we were like, yes, you're the one. Like we can tell that you're ready for a baby. We can tell that you have a great support system, that you're close with the Lord, and you can like go to him when times are tough and when times are hard, because marriage isn't easy, raising kids is not easy. And so we just kind of want the best possible life for this little one, even though it's not our baby. Like, we are still helping bring the baby into the world. And so being able to just connect with that couple in that way and really hear their heart behind it and have complete peace with that really meant a lot to us. So there's my take it or leave it on agency versus individual. And I've truly loved the process of going individually with the couple right now, and am treasuring just this journey with them. So can't wait to share more with you guys.